we have to go deeper to understand what beliefs are driving our behaviors, are stopping us achieving the outcomes that we want or creating a negative feeling around that, and then change those behaviors over time. Ever wondered why some people always seem to get what they want and they make it look effortless, while for others, they struggle, they don't get the outcomes that they want, or they try again and again and always seem to end up in the same place? In this video, we will show you why some people seem to always get the outcomes that they want out of life, and whilst others don't. And we will give you the tools to make that shift yourself and become the most unstoppable version of you. Welcome to the YouTube channel for Catch. My name is San and I am the founder here at Catch. Unshakable confidence is the key to getting everything that you want in life and dating. So on this channel, we help you to build that unshakable confidence and become the most unstoppable version of you. If you want to work with us in any way, coaching, or developing that unstoppable confidence at home, all of that information is in the description box below. And it includes a free to enter competition with prizes of up to £250. So check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to us, then give us a like, give us a subscribe. We don't really ever ask for that, but we want to get out to more people. And that would really help if you get any value out of this video. So what's the secret of getting what you want? It's your identity. What we're not taught as we're growing up is that our identity drives everything that we do. How we see ourselves and our role in the world, the beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world around us, drives our thoughts and our emotions, and our thoughts and our emotions drive our behaviors, and our behaviors drive our outcomes. Let us give you an example. Let's say you believe that you are very physically attractive, and that's part of your identity. If people ask you, what you're like or what you bring to the table, you say, I'm hot. Look at me. And so you have a belief that you're good looking. But let's say you also have the beliefs about the world around you that what people look for and they prioritize when dating and in a relationship is physical attractiveness. You will then continue to develop your physical attractiveness. You will focus on that. You will lead with that. You may not bother to nurture any of your other qualities because you think, well, what people are looking for is physical attractiveness, and I've got that. So I will be successful in dating. I will be able to get whoever I want. And I won't have to make effort in other areas of life. I don't need to earn money. I don't need to nurture my personality. I just need to be attractive. Now, you may not agree with this, but what we're showing is how identity and beliefs drives thoughts and behaviors and outcomes. So you believe you're physically attractive and you believe that's what others prioritize. So you show up in dating with a lot of confidence because of how you look. You don't bother to nurture other aspects. And you subconsciously attract and choose partners who are also looking for physical attractiveness because that's what draws them to you. And despite maybe not having nurtured other traits, people who do prioritize physical attractiveness will pursue dating and a relationship with you. You'll end up in a relationship with someone who prioritizes physical attractiveness. And therefore, because you had that confidence, you wanted a relationship, you got the relationship you wanted, but because you identify in your set of beliefs as all around physical attractiveness, you have materialized in your life a relationship that affirms those beliefs. And this can apply to every area of life. We just did another video about how society controls us with the narratives and the beliefs that it imposes on us. And we talked in that video about the example of someone who believes they're smart and capable. If you see yourself and your identity is smart or capable, and you have those beliefs, and you believe that educational institutions and jobs value academics and being smart in an academic way, then you're more likely to put yourself forward for scholarships and apply for the top universities, apply for the high-paying jobs, because you believe you're smart. And if you face a challenge In education or work, you're more likely to try and overcome that challenge, persist, work through the challenge because you think, I'm smart, I can do this, I can learn this new skill, or I'm smart in this particular area. Whereas if you don't believe that you're smart and capable, you might not try and overcome challenges, you probably won't put yourself forward for the more competitive opportunities, etc. So you can see how beliefs quickly reflect in behaviors and result in outcomes in life. But what we often aren't taught is that we can shape our beliefs and we can shape our identity. Many people think that our beliefs are driven by how we observe the world, and our beliefs are just what we've experienced. They reflect reality, and that our identity is a reflection of our real skills and capabilities of level of attractiveness. But if we look around us, we can see that that's not true, because there are people who maybe grew up less attractive, who became attractive in later life through working on themselves or surgery, or it grew into their features. And a lot of them don't believe that they're attractive because when they grew up, they didn't feel attractive. So, regardless of the glow up that they had, they still don't see themselves in that way. They don't have that confidence. Or there are people who have had some negative experiences, say in work or in dating, and they adopt those negative experiences and believe that that's all that's possible for them. It's not possible for them to have a healthy long-term relationship, and they might not feel worthy or good enough for it because perhaps relationships haven't worked out in the past. Or we may know people who jump from relationship to relationship and they always manage to find someone because they're confident and they believe in themselves and they believe in their attractiveness. So we can see how our beliefs and our identity are not always reality. It can be shaped by outside influences such as online discourse, feedback we got early, especially in our formative years. So when we're from 0 to 11, our experiences at school, with parents, with teachers who tell us what we're capable of, or they impose their culture or their religion or their way of looking at the world on us, and they teach us how the world works. So just because it's a belief or part of our identity doesn't mean it's true. And that's the secret. We can choose our identity and we can shape our beliefs in such a way that they change our behaviors and they change our outcomes, and we can get what we want out of life. And the unstoppable people are the people that know how to do this, keep leveling up their identity for each new outcome that they want to achieve. This also applies to what I'll call smaller beliefs. So, not just how we see ourselves in terms of, are we good at this, bad at this, etc., but what we expect from life. So, if we are brought up being told, for example, as a woman, some women are told men will spend money on you if they're interested in dating you in a serious way. And you, as a attractive woman, deserve to have money spent on you. There are many cultures that teach this. And so women who are brought up with that set of beliefs will find it very easy to receive. They'll find it easy to be giving gifts and to experience that. However, there will be other people who are brought up to be told money isn't important. There are other traits that are important in a partner. So they may not find it natural or normal to receive financial gifts, expensive gifts, and instead want to see other traits from a partner. So not only does it drive our identity and our beliefs drive how we see ourselves and the opportunities that we go for, but it can also drive what we expect and what we feel comfortable with in life, and where our nervous system feels safe or where it feels less safe. And a lot of that is modeled off our parents. So, what was their dynamic like, or what was their relationship with work? And that can create this picture in our mind of what our future life will look like. And we can start to work towards that without even realizing that those are the beliefs that we hold or the way that we see ourselves and the world around us. Interestingly, a lot of self-development and confidence building advice teaches us how to shift our behavior. And what it's missing is how to build our belief and how to shift our identity to align with the version of us that can get the outcome that we want. So become the version of us that has that dream job, has that relationship, has that house, has that presence when they stand in the room, is brilliant at public speaking, has people flocking to them, whatever it might be. And that's why sometimes we can meet people and their energy is repellent because outwardly they're being confident, they're being loud, they're cracking jokes, but internally they don't feel that confidence, they don't feel worthy. So that energy that they're putting across feels like they're trying to people please, that it's not authentic, that they're trying too hard. And that's why a lot of advice falls flat because it doesn't address the inner issue, it addresses the behaviors or the thoughts from the outside in. And that can take a lot more time than building our beliefs. Because once we build our belief, some of our core beliefs, then that ricochets through all areas of life. Changing the behavior alone will not achieve a new outcome. We have to go deeper. We have to go deeper to understand what beliefs are driving our behaviors, are stopping us achieving the outcomes that we want or creating a negative feeling around that, and then change those behaviors over time. And this is something personally that I've had to do multiple times. Every time I went for a promotion at work, I would visualize myself and see myself as the version that was in that promoted role as a manager, as a director, as leading an area of the business. I had to shift my identity to start seeing myself as an entrepreneur, as a founder, as a YouTube creator or a online creator, and someone who is confident putting myself out there in those ways and see myself as a partner, as a great friend, as someone who people sought out to spend time with, as lovable, etc. So if I can do it, you can do it. And if you want some help to break this down, how to identify your beliefs and your identity and curate that leveled up version of you, that new identity, and some exercises to get there, we do have a digital workbook available on our website, unstoppablewithcatch.com. It's 25 pages of guidance and exercises to take you from where you are now till that leveled up version of you. And you can repeat the process again and again. So if you're interested in that, check that out on our website. And we also have a dating specific one. So in our coaching, what are the core beliefs that we see that people need to work on to build their confidence in dating and relationships? So what are those foundational beliefs and how to change them? So both of those workbooks are available. If you have any questions on this topic or it's something that you want to know more about, please do comment down below. We love hearing from you. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.